All right. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Marketing Monday. And today is going to be another juicy episode for those who want to turn their passion into profits. This week, we will be talking about easy marketing tips for models. Okay. So, with that said, get ready and buckle up.
Hi, Robert Silver here, and I have a question. Have you been struggling with attracting clients? What about ways to scale and grow your business? Or have you been conflicted with how to use the latest social media apps and trends to grow your audience and influence? Marketing Monday is about helping photographers and any other business really to increase their digital presence with little to no cost by leveraging social media and other creative tools available on the market, as well as keeping you updated on all the latest digital marketing trends happening today. Tune in with me every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my YouTube channel for strategies, techniques, tips, and advice on how to help build your brand online.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm doing things a little bit differently this week. I'm always trying to figure out ways to better improve the quality of the show, the content, etc., etc., for all of your benefit, quite honestly. So, as I said earlier, this week is going to be a little bit interesting because usually I've been focusing on ways for photographers to level up, and this week it's all about the models, right? So, as we know, becoming a model is challenging in this industry. It's super creative, it's super competitive, and ever demanding more than ever. You can't just be a model anymore. You have to be like an influencer. You have to basically consider yourself as a brand, and market yourself in a way in which other brands want to attach you to it because they want to tap into the audience that you've created for yourself. So they almost a lot of times, or I would probably say more than likely they would like you to already have built up some sort of community around the activities that you do or you as a personality. So, with that said, the traditionally models have always like, oh, the biggest thing is like get signed to an agency, start doing commercial gigs, and that is a pure sign of like the holy grail, right? Getting signed to an agency. That no longer is the case. Okay. The getting signed to an agency is now just one aspect of the many ways that you can successfully turn your passion for modeling into a sustainable career. That is just a fact. We all know that. That's why, social media has really leveled the playing field for folks to create a name for themselves as a face, as an influencer, as a brand, without having to need certain how can I say gatekeepers like a modeling agency. Now, with that said, modeling agencies, talent agencies still play a major important role in the industry. We're going to go over some of those things right now. And believe it or not, if I was to recommend a strategy for model, I would say go for both. Creating an um, how can I say a community and a brand around what it is, who you are, and what you do and what you offer online, as well as trying to get signed to an agency because together it's a great combination because a lot of times they have relationships and can leverage their weight and their name to get you more pay, quite honestly. And versus you just walking up to them. Plus, they understand the industry, the terms and conditions of the contracts you may sign, and again, fighting. They're basically like your attorney in terms of them fighting for your rights, whether it be conditions or just the role itself and pay. Shoot, make sure you get that money. Okay, let me turn off this thing here because if I swear if this thing starts, do not disturb. You know what I mean, people? Sorry. Um, so with that said, so we're gonna go over a few things, but let's get over the ugly stuff. All right. Of course, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Why? Because it helps me out. It's like the freest thing you could do. It's free 99. That's how much it costs. Okay. I do all sorts of things to help build my brand, but I can't do it without you. Hell, I even bought this mug with my name on it, but it doesn't get any love. It doesn't help me out. I can't pay bills with this mug. What I can do with your support is be able to get the attention of other brands to help create more important and helpful topics and tutorials and gear reviews for you if you smash that like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not on YouTube, go on over and check me out on YouTube, Robert Silver Photography 247. I am on Facebook at Robert Silver Photography, Instagram, Robert Silver Photography, and guess what? TikTok, Robert Silver Photography, and on Twitter at Robert Silver Photog. And yes, I am active on there, and I'm actually pretty active on LinkedIn as well. But that's usually just business stuff. Okay, so if and when you can, please do so. I would love your support and greatly appreciate it. Let me just readjust this here. So please, as you can see, I'm doing things slightly differently. I got a nice little suit on because we're talking about marketing. I figured I might as well look the role. And yes, I do enjoy wearing suits, but really, after COVID, there's like hardly any events that allow me the opportunity to get dressed up. But I like getting dressed up. I like looking like the role. What was it? There was like a dress the part that you want to be in, right? So if you want to look like a winner, dress like a winner. That means pants at your waist, gentlemen. That means well groomed, brush the teeth looking white, okay, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, now back to it. I do want to get into, I do have a product highlight I do want to share with you. And for product highlights, I always take a moment to share things that I have bought in, that have bought or bought, things I have purchased myself, I've enjoyed, realize how helpful it is to have in my repertoire of tools for my photography. And I want to share that with you. So this is not a product drop per se, like, it's not sponsored or anything. Not saying that I wouldn't do anything sponsored, but in general, product highlights are about products that I personally purchased and endorse. Okay. So for this week, we're going to go over, for you photographers out there. Okay. And some of you may know this. Matter of fact, you could check out the unboxing on my YouTube channel of this particular product. Okay. If you don't know about it, well, I don't know what rock you've been under, but this week is all about the Godox 8200. Okay. The reason why I love the 8200 as well is because it's 200 powerful watts, the size of a speed light, an average speed light, off camera flash speed light. Okay. It gives you two ways. It gives you a nice little strobe light right here, a nice little bulb here, and then also gives you more like a speed light. So it creates two different kind of lights. This one is more powerful, definitely what you would hook into like a softbox, which I use the Raja 65 Photex usually with this. But it's nice and compact, fits into any camera bag. Okay, but you have 200 watts, high speed sync, TTL, a phenomenal way to get started and affordable, about $299. Guess where the link is? In my bio. Check it out. I also have the link to the unboxing of this that I did down below in my description section on my YouTube channel. Okay. But the reason why I'm bringing this out is because for any new photographer looking to get into off camera flash, I highly recommend going with this. This is a great entry way into getting into studio lighting personally. Again, 200 watts. At sunset, this is more than enough power. It's high speed sync and it's TTL all in one package, and it works with the Godox wireless transmitter system. So if you're already into that, or if you want to get into it, they all work the same. You just need one transmitter. Okay? Very easy to use, very lightweight. It comes with a whole bunch of accessories. You could already put this on your stand and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, to sweeten that up, got to have some accessories. I highly recommend looking at the Magmod Flash Starter Kit, which comes with their little bulb, this little sphere is what they call it. Now, what I like about Godox and Magmod together, even though they don't talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it, you could easily just like slap this puppy on right here. Okay, you can slap this puppy on, this rubber band onto this part. And then now you have modifiers for the 8200 ready to go. So now you could diffuse it a little bit, and then, or you could add some of their grids that they have. Okay, so now you can shoot with grids, and then this thing you can add gels to it. Okay, Magmod has these amazing gels that I have tons of, and here they go. Okay, so you can add these gels to it. Again, that gives you an entire like plethora of options in terms of let's bump this up a little bit. There we go. A plethora of options to modify the 8200. Okay, all the links to these particular products are down below if you want to check it out for yourself. And of course, the unboxing of the 8200 is down below too. All right, so that's that. I highly recommend it. If you need an affordable off-camera flash and you want to get into studio lighting, okay, or have enough power to at least fill in the lights when you fill in the shadows, excuse me, when you're on location, etc. 8200, my book would be the first thing I would recommend new photographers. It's super powerful, super compact. Batteries last really well, and if you want an extra battery, they're only like $59. But I've used this so many times, I've never run out of juice. And then when I use it with my 8600s, I use this as hair light, edge lighting, all sorts of stuff, or just gelling the background because it's super easy to just slap the gel on here because of the magnets or the magmod. It's great. Anyway, check it out for yourself. That's that. Boom. That we are done. Okay. I know some of y'all are happy for that. Exactly. Some of y'all are happy that we're done with that part. Now let's get into this week's episode. Oh, um, ha! Hey Chuck, I appreciate that, man. Amazing insight for free 99. Rob always speaking the truth. Thank you very much, man. Me and Chuck go back like, damn, I don't want to say 20 years, but I think it is. I don't want to show my age, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Chuck, for that comment. Now, let's get to it. First things first, models. You have to realize that modeling is a business, believe it or not. It's not just an opportunity for you to get validation of how cute you think you are online. This is a business. Your job is to market, promote, and hopefully, services and products for whatever brand that is that's trying to attach themselves to you. Okay. It could be your own if that's the case, and that's cool too. But realize this is a business. You're making a business decision to create a career off of this particular activity. Okay. When I got into photography, I realized after like the first couple of times of me getting my first $100 for to do an entire event, which I thought I was the man at the time, but by the way, I'd never do an event for $100 ever again. But the point is, I did it. I got excited, and then I realized the potential. That I said, "Boy, I better take this passion, this hobby, a little more serious. Maybe I can make some money off this. Now, how do I do that?" And I started thinking of the numbers to make it make sense. So with that said, I want you to approach modeling the same way. Okay. Modeling, the actual activity of modeling, just like photography, is maybe only 10% of what you should be doing. If you're just waiting for someone to inbox you and be hungry and thirsty to want to take a picture of you, oh my God, please, this is not the time to be tuning into my channel. This is the time for those who want to turn their passion into profits. Okay, models, that means ladies and gents. This is a business. Therefore, I would highly recommend going at this thinking the long game. Thinking the long game. I think a lot of people, want to go from 0 to 60 in about a half a second, not even 3 seconds or 5 seconds, like a half a second nowadays, because they see so many people online that are just killing it in their own right, but there are a small, minute minority, not even a 1% of people online creating content that are getting it the way they are. And a lot of the ones that I follow, photography influencers or influencers in general, have been going at this strategically, methodically for at least 10 years. and they hit a million, or they created some sort of brand or identity online where in which they literally make an income off of what they do creatively. So an overnight, I think there was a saying, an overnight success takes years. Okay. So that's why I say play the long game. Think strategically. Start with where you want to be in 5, 10 years, and then work backwards. Back that goal up with activities that will help you get there in 5 or 10 years. Okay. When I invest in real estate investment trusts, right? I'm thinking 10, 20 years. Okay. I'm thinking when I'm 50, this is where I want to be. I'm not thinking quick turnover. This is not it's not like crypto. I'm not coming with that mindset. I'm thinking long term. I want stability. I want longevity. And that's what I want you to have that same approach when coming to modeling. Now, one thing that I notice is that everybody does the same thing. First, they want to chase the modeling thing. They all of a sudden think they're worthy enough of being an influencer. That term is so dried up and overused and oversaturated. It's killing me. Okay. And they all generally do the same kind of thing, right? One is they want free photography. And I would not recommend that. I'd recommend a mixture of both. Just like I don't rely my income solely on one particular service I offer, you should not be doing the same thing. That's why I want you to do what others are not doing. Look, how can I say? Well, who was it? Les Brown says success leaves clues. Okay. A lot of successful people either created something incredibly new and innovational, or they were innovative in creating a particular product or service that nobody else has done, not easily replicated, and they did it well, or they did something that everybody's doing, but incredibly well, like in an amazing way. They're just really talented naturally at that. I highly recommend, since everybody right now does the same thing. They're all on TikTok. Guess what? They're making a video. Guess what? Talking about stuff that most people don't care about. That's nothing new. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not getting me excited. Like, oh, you're a model. Wow, fantastic. That's awesome. No, your activities should be fresh and hopefully innovative. That's why I'm saying go with the mindset of doing what others are not doing. If you're the one thinking the long game, like you're going to be here for a while, you'll be amazed on how many ideas you need to come up with to make it to 5 to 10 years still modeling. Okay. You're just going to start thinking outside the box. From where I was 10 years ago, I got my degree, quit everything, decided to eat rice for and beans for like the first couple of years, a lot of ramen, shout out to ramens. And to make this happen, I was like, I was very not, how can I say, closed minded. I was just so desperate to I need to get here where I could start paying rent and everything else. And, I just, I didn't see what's on my peripheral. I didn't look at other opportunities that were there, but were available. I'm trying to help you to take those blinders off and see what's around you. Turn your neck. There's so many opportunities now that you could be taking advantage of, and making sure that you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you would do for free but getting paid for it 5, 10, 15 years from now, and hopefully making a living or creating some sort of residual income off of your passion, right? If you do a commercial shoot, let's say an ad or something, right? There's a thing called a usage fee and a usage license, and your initial shoot may be for 2 year, 3 year usage. Just giving an example, I'm just throwing numbers out there. And then when they want to keep using those same images for selling a product or service, they have to come back and pay you and your agent again for another usage fee to extend that license. Duh, that's residual income. That second time that they renew, you didn't have to work for it. That's an awesome free check coming your way for something you did years before. I'm trying to get you to get this mindset. Okay? Stop chasing a quick little, oh, I'm just, a lot of models are wasting their damn time. Quite honestly, I'll be quite honest. They're just wasting their damn time. But then I see some models that are getting it, and they all have like similar characteristics. Okay, that's why I said success leaves clues. Don't look at where they are. Don't look at successful models where they are. Don't look at the accolades. Who cares what designer dress they're wearing? Don't fuck all that. The juice is at the beginning when they were grinding. Look up their stories. Look up their histories. I guarantee you, you'll start seeing a common denominator, certain common characteristics that they all instilled in themselves to get to where they got to go. And again, their overnight success took years. Okay? That's why if you start off doing what others are not doing, you're going to automatically have a mindset of keeping your separating yourself from the bunch, from the rest. Because believe it or not, there's a younger model coming on stage every day than you, better skin, hungrier, more access to resources to get their name out there and create a brand for themselves. Competition is tough. Okay, and just because they've lowered the height standard and weight standard in terms of what models are, perceived as nowadays, that just means more women and men are able to enter the market. That means more competition. Okay, it's tough out here now. So think outside the box. It looks like I have a comment. Who do I have here? Oh, hey, Vanusa. Did you create this content for me? No, I didn't. But I had you in mind. Okay, follow me on Instagram. We did an amazing photo shoot yesterday. Our 2 hour shoot lasted almost 4 hours. It was phenomenal. Shot all throughout San Francisco. You definitely want to stay tuned. Follow her on Instagram. She's phenomenal. She's gorgeous. Okay, a Brazilian emerging model, and she did the right thing. She actually paid for a photo shoot. Okay, there's a benefit to paying for photo shoot models. That means you get to dictate the quality and the direction of that photography because me, as a professional, I'm obligated to service my client. She's my client. So if she didn't like the direction we're going or my ideas, etc., trust me, her word is the last word. She would clearly let me know if she didn't like to do this, but she would rather do that. Okay. Me, I consider myself as a professional consultant, so I'm going to suggest and recommend certain things. Ultimately, the client gets the last word. A lot of times they trust what I have to offer, but really I'm doing what I can to satisfy her. She did the right thing, and that's why I'm going to put 120% into the photos I took of her when it comes to retouching and editing. And I'm even going to help her. I'm going to recommend some agencies I think would love to have her. Okay, so check her out. She's an awesome energy. Okay, on Instagram, folks, she's awesome. But thank you for sending me that message. I always appreciate it. Let me tell you. And yes, I made it for you. I made it for you and all the models I know that I want to see you all level up. Okay. All right. So let's get to the next thing. Models, please, if you're getting into this game, it's very addictive to naturally, after your first shoot, want the next shoot, get the next shoot, and you want more content to post for Instagram. And it gets to be like this crazy cycle you get addicted to. You like, and I get it, being a photo shoot with a photographer that's serious about their craft, whether they're beginning or have been in the game for a while. It's fun. It's awesome. You're the center of attention. We're calling you beautiful every 2 seconds. All eyes on you, and I get it. Attention is addictive, but but try to keep this in mind. Okay, shoot with a purpose. Please shoot with a purpose. Now, one thing I've noticed, uh, I'll take my page for example, my Instagram page. Okay. Once in a while, from some of my older followers, or I'll say loyal followers that have been with me for a while, they, they'll inbox me and say, "Hey, I've noticed like your photos are getting better," or "Wow, you've come such a long way. Wow, I can't believe where you started," or They just noticed the progression in my craft, in the quality of the work, and the diverse amount of content I'm putting out there. I want that same for you. So if you're just shooting and shooting to shoot, the progression isn't going to happen. Why? Okay. because more than likely you're shooting with anybody who has a camera and a battery, okay, and a lens pointed at you. You're like too thirsty. You're not shooting with a purpose. You're not shooting like, you know what? I don't have any swimwear. I know agencies want swimwear. Let me make sure I have a couple of swimwear photos done. So therefore, if a photographer reaches out to you, okay, you say, hey, these are the kind of photos I need. And if not, be okay with saying, I pass. I'll pass. I can't, I need, this is what I need. Otherwise, you'll just turn into that free model. You won't produce any sort of value into the market because you're not valuing yourself in your own time, and it could be seen because I could look at your Instagram, I could look at your website, which most of you don't even freaking have, and just look at the body of work, and that can clearly tell me what direction and how serious you are. Because agencies do the same thing. When I had to sit down with MDT agency, shout out to MDT agency in San Francisco, um, they looked at my portfolio. Believe it or not, it was prints, right? Actual prints. They look at my portfolio and they could tell me, okay, this is the direction we kind of like for our models. This is, this stuff is a little too creative. That's cool, but it's like it's more editorial. This is the direction, and they gave me a lot of tips. Therefore, I want to shoot with, again, my 5, 10 year goal in mind, meaning if I want to be X, I want to be here, I need to be shooting and creating content that's only going to push me toward me achieving that particular goal. And that should be for you. That's why I shoot with a purpose. Okay? That's why I said do what others are not doing. Okay? This is a business. Modeling is a business. So if you're shooting with a purpose, again, oh God, I need some headshots, or I need digitals, or I need more lifestyle commercial kind of photos. Don't shoot just to shoot. Please. It's such a waste of time. Quality over quantity any time of the day. Any time of the day. If you want to make this modeling into a career, if you really want to level up, okay? Here's another thing. Find one or two photographers you really trust and just shoot with them, work with them, because you build this kind of connection and rapport with these particular photographers and a trust. Therefore, you can start digging into each other's creative brains. Like, hey, I know we started out with our initial photo shoot and it was a lifestyle commercial based kind of a style, but I got this creative idea. What do you think? And the photographers you built up rapport, especially creatively and professionally, are more inclined to be like, dude, okay, cool. I'm totally down. Let's go for it. And you don't have to argue. You already know how they work. You know how many photos you're gonna get. You already, there's a rapport. Okay. That's why I when I see models shoot with a different photographer every time, I'm like, whoa, what? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. And then again, unless again, if you're shooting with a purpose and you're like, okay, I shot with like 2 or 3 beginning photographers. I got some basic photos. Now I want to step up and get more of an intermediate or like professional or seasoned photographer. Therefore, I can get more out of that photo shoot. That's cool. That's always cool. If you're leveling up in the quality of photographers, that's what I'm saying. Humble yourself. I'm sorry. You're not too good to pay a photographer. I'm sorry. Until your supermodel status, etc., photography is not. You should take it. You should do both. Just like I said, have an agent and also build a brand online. Hire a photographer once in a while so that you can make sure you get the exact kind of results you want, and have a demand and have a deadline. Like, oh, I need these photos. When do I? Okay, 1 week, 2 weeks. Okay, and you can hold their feet to the fire. If you go, I don't know how many times I've heard horrible stories working with new or semi-new photographers, and they've waited months for photos. I'm like, how many photos? 10 photos. How in the hell does it take a month or two to get back 10 photos? I hear it all the time. Why? Because you get what you pay for. Okay. if if Vanusa text me and said, "Hey Robert, I need it by X." Matter of fact, that just happened this weekend. I had a client on Friday said, "Hey, can I get the photos within a week's time?" And then all of a sudden on Saturday, she goes, "Actually, I need them Monday morning." Okay, you're the paid client. You already paid me in full. Yes, ma'am. Aye, Captain. And guess what? She got it delivered earlier than she expected. Okay, she woke up to those photos in her email because when you pay, you get a sense of an authority. You're the boss. And that, let me tell you, saves you a lot of headache, especially when you need a specific kind of results and no bullshit, quite honestly. So shoot with a purpose. Make sure that that next shoot is taking care of something in your portfolio that you don't already have, or it's leveling up the quality of the work that you've been doing. If it's not the next level, okay. If it's not doing one of those two things, it's a waste of time. Okay, waste of time. Um, Real quick, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. And guess what? It's all Robert Silver Photography, so it's pretty easy to figure that out. And on Twitter, Robert Silver Photog, because we don't get that many characters. Okay. Um, just to let you know, if you're in need of any service, I do offer marketing consultant for our creatives, content marketing, online marketing, social media strategizing, and content development. Okay, so you could just inbox me, email me, send me a message, whatever it is, how it is you do, and I'll be more than glad to help you out. So again, if you're a new designer and trying to figure out how to establish yourself online and try to create a community that will support your business, modeling, or a photographer trying to figure it out, because a lot of times being an artist is great and we're very passionate and hungry, but we forget about the business. But the business is 80-90% of what you do. The 10% is the modeling, is the photography, is being the artist and creative. So don't forget, this is a business. So if you need any questions or consulting, hit me up. I do offer uh, one-on-one sessions online or in person. Okay, so let's get back into it. Cool. Next topic. Boom. Know the terms and conditions. You say, what the heck, Robert? What do you mean by that? Okay. I kind of touched on this in the last topic, right? Shooting with a purpose. But when you set up a shoot, make sure that you get all the details that of that particular shoot. If it's paid or not paid, how many photos exactly, the turnaround, okay? Are you taking care of travel? Is travel included? Will there be food? If it's like a full commercial shoot, etc. Those sort of things are important. Okay. Will there be a hairstylist, makeup artist, or do you need to do your own? Get all those details, and I would say recommended would be through via email. Why? Because you could print it out and it's enforceable, right? They agreed to it, they respond, yes, I did, and you could bring it to court. Anything in court is anything that you can prove. That's all that matters. Not even the truth. It's what you could prove. So, with that said, if you have it, um, it goes from implied to expressed, which is even more um, um, it solidifies the agreement even more. So if you say these are the terms, yes, I agree, cool, I'll see you then. Here's the time and date, etc. That you have a receipt, if you will, of your communication with that other person. So that goes for photographers and models. Trust me, it saved me. It saved me. When they're like, oh, I didn't know I only get so many images. Oh, I'm sorry, it said it in my first email and it said it in the PDF that I sent you of my packages. Or oh yeah, the fine. Oh, I didn't know there's a late fee. Well, clearly you didn't read the PDF because there is. So with that said, you will stand the test of time to holding your ground when you have it in writing, or in this case, have it expressed through communication in the email. Okay, so there you go. That's a little tip. Know the terms. Also, understand the basic how can I say, the terminology in the clauses of the contracts you sign. You don't have to be a whiz. I only took well, I actually took two business law classes, but I took a general business law class and then I took one for entertainment business when I was at Full Sail University. And I did really well in that class, ironically, because the money is in copyrights. It's in the contracts. Okay, people who own publishing and music are the people who make the money. Who owns the music? Okay, it's not the artist. Artists make some, but the one who owns the publishing, the rights to the copyright, they make the money. That's why rappers want to own their masters. Okay, that's where the money's at. So for you models, the devil's in the details. So understanding the meanings in the of the terms in your contract or future contract would greatly improve your chances to not being screwed over. Also, what is a territory clause? What are your terms, meaning the length of this agreement? How long would it go for? And can that agency automatically renew after the 2 years? How do you get out of it? That sort of thing. The territory helps you to understand where is this contract enforceable by law. Okay, so if you get signed to an agency in LA, just throwing it out there hypothetically, you can get easily get signed to another one. And I recommend you doing just that. Do not stop at just being signed to one agency. Do not do that. I see it all the time. They get lazy. They just hang around, and then all of a sudden I say, "Hey, what happened with that agency? How you doing?" And then all of a sudden, they don't pay attention to me. They don't do this. They don't do that. Because guess what? You're not working for yourself. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not being consistently active and being a part of the industry. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. You know this. Your parents have been telling you this since you were kids. Now, with your big pants on, you should be freaking wearing what do you call it? The mantra around your neck like a necklace. Okay. So if you get signed to an agency in San Francisco, okay, maybe not, you can get signed to one in LA, but for sure, Chicago, Miami, New York, London. See, you see where I'm going with all this? You leverage that one opportunity of getting signed to one agency and go to the other, because it's easier to get to another agency if you're doing all the right things, staying active, putting yourself out there, being putting yourself in positions of being a part of good quality projects, getting published, etc. It's easier to get signed to the next one and next one. That's why it's so much easier statistically when you're already have a job with a company. It's way easier to get another hired by another company versus if you've been unemployed for 3 months, 6 months, and trying to get back into the game. Statistically, so the same thing works with the model. You get with an agency, leverage that so that you get signed to the second or third one. Now you have three chances where in which agencies with their own unique relationships in the industry and understanding the markets of the different of this different parts of this country working for you. Yes, that means you'll have to have money aside for traveling, for lodging, etc. That's the name of the game. Put on your big girl, big boy pants. That is the name of the game. You cannot be getting into this broke. Put some money aside. Quit going out. Quit trying to look cute at the club. Quit buying high expensive cars, gentlemen. Wasting money on fucking sneakers. No, your money should be in the bank. So if the case a client needs you, you're fucking off. You're ready to go. You got your Southwest. You're ready to go. This is again, that's why at the beginning, what did I say? Modeling is a business. Every business has a reserve, a cash reserve. I do. I have a cash reserve and I have a credit card or two, zero balance, ready to go at a moment's notice in case an opportunity even whiffs near my door. If it just passes, it doesn't even have to knock on my door. If it just passes by, I'm ready to go. Again, this is a business. Think like a business. Okay? So that's why know the terms and conditions. So in case you are able to leverage that opportunity, know how to work around it. A contract does not mean you're locked in a slave situation. It's only a slave because you don't understand how to leverage and work around the terms and conditions of that contract. Do your homework. Go to Google. Look at tons of examples of model talent agency contracts and start reading them over. Guess what? A lot of them have the same kind of clauses within a model contract when they sign a model. Written a little differently, obviously, depending on the state and the county that you're in. Okay, but in general, the terms or the clauses, the sections are a lot of them are the same. Okay, Go look that up so that you're more empowered when you're ready to go sign a contract. Let's say if it's not even with an agency, let's say if it's with a brand. Okay. I did a shoot a couple years ago where it was through a marketing agency, and it was for the client was HBO, right? And they had particular clauses in there. I did not need to call up my a family member and say, "Hey, what the hell does this mean?" Why? I took because granted, I took a class in business law, but um, I freaking research it. Just Google it. Like let's be honest, Google or YouTube it. You'll figure out what those clauses mean and how that empowers you. Okay? Because if you don't understand about usage fees, how do you what usage licenses are and the fees and how you enforce that? How would you ever get that extra money? You're leaving money on your table. That's why learn these basic clauses, learn the terms and conditions. Even again, even if it's a free shoot, what are the details? I need to know time, length, what's involved, is there pay, what's the compensation? Compensation could be just photos. That's cool too, but get everything explicitly written. Okay, not implied. Oh, we're doing a shoot together. I thought I was just getting some photos. I thought I was getting 50,000 photos. No, you thought so. That's implied. No, you want to be make sure it's expressed explicitly. Okay, that's why you write it down. Be very definitive. Okay, I need this. I'll do another video about model pricing and how I believe could really help you, or ways for models to make actual money. There are numerous different ways, actually, not only understanding how to price their hourly strategically, but also other areas and opportunities in the industry, whether it be modeling slash acting, because you should be looking at that too, as well as voiceover, which is off camera acting, right? Opportunities where in which you can still be a model or still be a brand, but figure out multiple ways to create streams of income. We'll get into that in another video. If you like the sound of that, post a comment down below. Let me know. Don't forget to smash that like. Okay, folks? I know some of you didn't, so please go ahead. Hit that, smash that like, smash everything. Okay? Share my stuff because Lord knows it would be helpful for me. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't, shame on you, okay? If you wonder why I don't have a million subs, it's because you're not hitting that that like, subscribe, and share button. All right, let's get back into it. So the next thing we're gonna go over, very easy. Excuse me, folks. Let me turn that off. Use social media with agencies and brands in mind. This is very important. Very important. Okay. This is how important this is. Okay. This is how important it is.
Use social media with agencies and brands in mind.
Okay. That's how serious it is. I had to switch up my voice for this. Now, if simple thing you can do first, separate your personal and your professional. Please, please, please. I'm so happy for your mother's birthday. I really am. I mean, I think it's wonderful. But honestly, it has nothing to do with your professional branding of yourself. Separate identity. It's like a corporation. Separates you from the business. So in this case, you need to do the same thing. Keep it clean, keep it consistent. Okay? Create two Instagrams, one for your friends and family and one professionally. If people want to follow you on a professional, that's cool, but it should be just professional. It sends a subliminal message to the marketplace that says I'm serious about what I'm doing and how I present myself. Therefore, if brands are looking at you, because they're always looking, trust me, and they see how you're presenting yourself, they want to attach themselves to winners. They want to attach themselves who take themselves serious in creating an online presence. That's what you should be doing. That's why I said at the top, what? Modeling is a business. Therefore, you should be using your social media with agencies and brands in mind. When I'm posting content and being a part of activities, doing photo shoots, etc., I'm thinking about the brands I wish to represent, work with, create a relationship with, etc., in mind. You should be doing the same thing. What would an agency think about X photo I'm about to post? You should be thinking like that. How would brands feel about my activities online? Would they deem that as good or not so good? Because if you're drinking it up with the girls in the club, wilding out, okay, hot girl summer, bad move. Keep that on your personal. Keep the professional professional. Keep it motivational. Keep it just professional. Whatever it is you're into, just keep it professional. Okay? We don't need to see that your son just turned 1 years old. Honestly, don't care, doesn't matter. That's for your personal. Everybody go ooh ah, heart emojis. That's cool. Professionals, the professional. Your photo shoots, events you're heading to, new people you're networking with, um, stuff like that. Again, it all varies depending on the industry you're in. So if you're a fashion designer, model, makeup artist, etc., etc., keep it professional. I'm glad you just got engaged. Don't care. Keep it in the personal. Keep this one professional, one personal. Okay? I might post some personal stuff, but it's only on my stories really. If my personal is in line with my professional, maybe I will. But it has to have some relevance to my professional. Again, a birthday, me getting engaged, which I'm not, but me getting engaged has nothing to do with my professional. Maybe I'll do it on the stories. That's what stories are good for, because it disappears and there's no commitment on your timeline, etc. Okay. Just ask yourself before you're about to do a photo shoot, if you're gonna do, if you're gonna try to attract a brand, influence, etc. Think about this. Ask yourself, what would they think when they see this kind of content? Or if you look at your feed, you could say, God, is my feed saying, come talk to me? I'm the one that should be representing your brand, or I should be signed to an agency, or I'm taking myself serious as a model, or as a influencer, etc. If not, you need to make a serious change. That's why I said you want to take this. Modeling is a business, and you should be looking at a 5, 10 year stretch. Where do you want to be? Because I guarantee you, modeling alone is not going to cut it. Maybe the half of the half percent make an extensive career off of just print modeling, etc. Eventually, you want to stretch into other arenas. How you're going to do that and be successful at it? Thinking like a business. Separate the personal and the professional. And guess what? Your personal life does matter. If you're wilding out personally, not all brands like that. We know that. We've seen it on Twitter. We've seen it on the news where someone's personal life, which has nothing to do with their professional, affects their professional. Right? Brand deals get let go. Companies run away from certain sponsoring certain how can I say iconic people. Tiger Woods, when he got messed up cheating on his wife, Buick ran from him, even though he was the highest paid sports athlete in the world. They ran from him. Until then, he was driving Buicks in all the commercials, you know, because brands do care about how the identity may be affected, attaching themselves to a particular ambassador or influencer. So you have to worry about all that. Okay. That does matter. That's why I said use social media with agencies and brands in mind. because agencies are on social media and they're looking for that next new face they want to sign. They want to be the one who finds that next new shiny light bulb and call it their own and foster it. Okay. And obviously have access to it, meaning that, the industry has to go through them to get to you. Okay. It's a business. So that's why I recommend using social media with agencies and brands in mind. Then create content that hopefully attracts their eyeballs to what it is that you're doing and what you have to offer. Everybody has something to offer. Okay? Really do. Everybody has something that they're good at. And there's an entire community, world, wherever that digs what you have to offer. You just got to package it up, shine it, throw some spit on there, and make it look nice and shiny for the market. And then they will come to you. The agencies will come to you or brands, and at least opportunities will come to you. Okay? You're doing your thing right. An amazing photographer is going to want to work with you. Trust me. I work less with new models, but the ones I do, I look at that model, man, there's something different about this particular person that I don't currently have. Yeah, I'm down to shoot for an afternoon. Let's do it. But yet I charge X amount for my time. But I'm willing to give it up because this person's offering something unique. Okay? Oh, looks like we have a comment. Let's go ahead and check that out. First, let me hide this bad boy. Boom. Thank you very much, Venusa. That makes sense. I'm just trying to, how can I say, bring the logic back into modeling and photography. We can't just get swept up in all the creative and artsiness and the emotional and the feelings and what we think should be, because it's not. The reality is it's not. The reality is I spend 90% of my day worrying about marketing myself. I look at numbers. I have spreadsheets of my income, where my money's going, how much my saving, where my investments are going. Like I'm doing all sorts of shit every day that has nothing to do with me turning on my camera and taking photos of a beautiful model. Like seriously. I wish people just really, that's why I said 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Your modeling should be the same thing. Strategizing, planning. Okay, if how do I get the attention of this? Is the next photo shoot a better photo shoot? Is it solving a problem of my portfolio that I currently need to be solved? That's why I said shoot with a purpose. Don't shoot just to shoot. You don't get credit for that. Agencies don't shoot want to sign you just because you work with a new photographer every damn day. No one gives a damn. If you just have a bunch of mediocre photos, it just means you waste a lot of your time with mediocre work. Shoot with a purpose. Is this photo shoot solving a problem you may have? Oh, shoot, I need headshots. Oh, I need some of this. Oh, I need some fitness. Oh, I need that because I know agencies in my area do a lot of fitness. I got to make sure I have fitness. Yeah, okay, let's do a shoot, but I need these kind of photos. See, now you sound like you're more in control, in command of your own professional destiny, and photographers are going to take you more serious. You're not just out here willy nilly just because some dude has or a lady has a camera. Okay, stop wasting your time. Okay, shoot with a purpose. This is a business. All right. Thank you very much again for your comment. I always appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. I'm doing this to help you all out. I already know this. I don't need to be yelling at my camera almost 9 p.m. on a Monday night just to make because I sound good on this roadcaster and his microphone, which I do appreciate how I sound. Shout out to Rode. But I'm doing this to help you all level up because I noticed that if you all level up, okay, that means I have an awesome community, a network that I can level up with. Okay, then we can start bouncing ideas off of each other. Maybe you can see something I'm not doing. I'd love to hear that as well. But also, in general, it just creates a better, thriving community when we're all winning. Okay, that's why I believe in the win-win. Okay, if you don't know what that is, check out Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey, an amazing book. And that's what I'm trying to create. That's the motivation behind Marketing Monday, is for me to create a win-win. Because if you win, I win. And if I win, for damn sure, I'll make sure I share with you how I won so that you can win too. Okay? Success is never achieved alone. So I don't want to make it anywhere and not feel like you folks didn't help me get to where I need to be. Okay? Bring you up. I'm at least tell you how to get there. It's up to you to put in the work. All right, let's get back into it. Okay. Last thing. Okay. And that kind of goes into what I was just saying. Uh, get out and get involved. You have to be involved in the community of the genre that you want to be a part of, models. If you want to be a fashion model, portrait model, etc., go to some local fashion shows. They may not be the most well produced and highly financed, and a lot of times are free. You're going to spend a day, or at least a majority of the day, preparing for a show that's only like 30 minutes. But that is the name of the game. You got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues. Okay. You got to know what the bad shows are, so that when you get to the good ones, you're ready to maximize that opportunity when it comes to you. Okay. Going 0 to 60, sure, that happens with some people. But the majority of us regular folk, us average folk, we gotta hustle. We gotta eat some humble pie with a napkin and a smile on our face. So get active, get involved, get out the house, get off of social media. Social media should be for you for networking, connecting, looking for that next opportunity or talent you want to work with, photographer, makeup artist, etc. Figure out how to find out what the next event is that you need to be at. And when you're at those events, network your ass off. That's literally why I go to local events. I would love to only go to LA Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week, etc. But I go to so many more of my local Bay Area shows. Why? First, I want to support my local community and talent and creatives. And secondly, network. Network. Your net worth is based off of your network. People, it's basic math, it's basic science when it comes to business. Therefore, you can. I don't know how many times I've been referred. I just matter of fact, I'm about to book another client who I was referred by who, a model. I've been referred to clients by makeup artists, hairstylists, like I said, model. I believe, yeah, designers too, and of course the agencies I work with. Your network is so important. This is like the most, like, when people are like, oh, I'm not getting paid, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting. Look, we can find out a million reasons to complain about not to go out and be a part of certain community fashion events, etc. Uh, but I'm telling you, networking. I went to a recent little fashion show on Saturday. Okay, and I left with what, 7 new followers. Hey, that's a win for me. Okay. I went there, shot with alongside other photographers. We got to network, build a further bond amongst each other, and saw some new model faces, etc. I go up to, hey, how's it going? Take a couple of cell phone pics, and then we exchange Instagrams, and boom. Now, and I follow them back, by the way. So if you follow me, meet at a show, I'm following you back. Okay, hashtag team follow back, and then therefore, boom, now you got more followers. That's like the best way to get new followers is to actually go to events, network, show that you care about what these other people are doing. If see what other kind of talents people have to offer that can help you out in your game, and just follow each other. It's no big deal. Now, um, that to me, I think is worth almost just as much as money. Quite honestly, that leads me to this. You know you're doing good when others that are in the same game as you says you're doing good. Now, what does that mean exactly? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. Now, me as a photographer, if other photographers, my colleagues, are saying, damn, man, you're doing great work. Ooh, I love the way you do this. Ah, it's great to see you. Gosh, you're doing great. Bingo. You just hit it. That means you're hitting a stride. You're in your stride. You're doing something right. Okay? You're doing something right. Doesn't mean you don't need correction, but you're doing something right. That's a clear signal. It's not your mom. It's not your friends. It's not your family. It's not your girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend, etc. Okay. It's your colleagues, people who are chasing after the same photo shoot opportunities, same nickel, same dime as you, or telling you, man, I like what you're doing, etc. You're doing amazing work. Congratulations, or whatever. That to me is the best compliment I get is when it's from other creatives, really. So for you models, that should be the same thing. If you see, if your colleagues are telling you, "Wow, I can't believe the shoots you're doing. Whoa, you work with the photographer. I saw what you did with that photographer, or the makeup done with that shoot you did. Oh, you're doing great. Wow, it seems like you're hustling. That's that." If they tell you you're beautiful, that's chicken talk. It's nonsense. It's empty. Okay, everybody says that. Guess what? You're a model, man or woman. You're beautiful somehow. Okay, that's you're the model. Okay, you're attractive in some sort of. You already have that. So someone telling you that, they're just blowing hot air up your ass. But if they notice the moves you're making, the choices you're taking, or even the chances you're taking, and they're applauding you for that, for the actions that you're doing, okay, now you're winning. Okay? That's why I said get out and get involved. You can't build that community of colleagues and professionals or people who complement what it is that you do without getting out, getting involved, and celebrating their successes. So when it's your turn, people are there clapping, leaving emojis or whatever. Okay, and they're down to support you because you were there for them. Got to build a network because your net worth is built is based off your network. Any time of the day, any time of the day. That's why I decided to get out of my t-shirt for Marketing Monday and put on a suit. I got a freaking suit on. Okay, I'm at home, 9 p.m. Shit. Okay, got a suit on for you guys because this is how serious I'm taking this when I do my market research, my R&D, if you will. When it comes to the topics that I want to deliver to you, so I can give you more value. That's how serious I'm taking it. So I want you to take this serious too, models. It's not just an opportunity for you to take some pictures and feel good on Instagram. I want you to make some money, some profits from the passion that you have for this career. Let me just share with you before I leave some amazing statistics. Okay? I got some amazing statistics. Let me just go ahead and share my screen real quick. Okay, folks? Look at these statistics here. This is going to pump you up, okay? I think this is it. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, real quick. Let's go ahead and add that to my stream. All right, folks, here we are. Check this out. This is model agencies in the US. Market size 2003 to 2028. I'm guessing it's like a prediction. IBISworld.com. Okay, shout out to them. Um, Model agencies in the US market size in 2022, this is very recent, this is now, right? $1.6 billion. Okay? That's how big this market size is. Okay? 1.9% model agencies in the US market size growth in 2022. Okay, it's a little rough out here. Model agencies in the US annualized market size growth the past 5 years down a 0.5% basically. Okay? It's rough out here. You can see clearly in 2020, major hit, pandemic and all. And it's slowly climbing back up though. You see that? You see it slowly climbing up year over year. But look where it was. It was almost up to 2 billion prior to COVID and all that good stuff, right? So with that said, the reason why I want to share these particular facts, you can check it out for yourself, ibsworld.com, is because I want you to see how much money there is to be made, how much opportunities there is as a model for you, what the potential is. Because honestly, if I'm getting into an industry and I'm going to be committing to an industry, I would like to know what I'm getting into and what the potential is. Like how much money can be made, right? Let's be honest. I want to know, well, what kind of growth could I expect if I put my mind out there? Now, this is a fraction. And the reason why I say fraction because it says model agencies in the US. So if you're signed to an agency, etc., this is talking about the revenue they've created in the US um, over the past, 25 years here. Okay. But it gives you some perspective. It doesn't have obviously your influencer income or branding deals and all that other stuff. But you can see just by this one piece alone, there's a lot of money out there. And thankfully, even though we took a dip in 2022 for you agency models and talent, year over year, the past 3 years, it's been climbing up. I know everybody likes to say the economy's doing bad, this, that, and the third. That's clearly facts that it's going up. And that's why it's more important than ever to perceive this career as a business. You want to be a part of that 1.6 billion, okay? Then this is how you're going to do it. Think about your 5-year, 10-year goals and create opportunities, no, excuse me, strategies for you to be a part of opportunities that will get you closer to that goal. Okay? So, with all that said, okay, woo, it's been a long one. I'm not gonna lie. This one's a little bit. It's 10 minutes over my normal. What is it? 9:10 or almost 9:10. Okay, so um, let's go ahead and wind this puppy down. Make sure you press that like, subscribe, and of course share this video, please, to your model friends, to whoever that you feel wants to take their passion for modeling into a way in which they make some profits. Okay, I shared a lot of nuggets with you. I'll be creating chapters later on for the video for you to be able to navigate this video because it's pretty long. If you have any need for consultation for marketing, more one-on-one, I do so via Zoom or in person. I offer online marketing, social media strategy development, and content development. So definitely hit me up for that. Okay. Of course, make sure you follow me on all the socials. Okay. Robert Silver Photography, pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, Twitter. Okay. So, with all that said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, post them down below. I would love to hear more from you, more feedback. Your feedback helps me to create better content for you next time. And of course, every Monday, I will be going live, right? For what? Another episode of Marketing Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am your host, and until next time, keep shooting, stay creative. Thank you for watching.